Hey everybody, Austin back here for another module of guitar training with my good friend Brian Graham, the great guru of all guitar things. Brian, I have said to a lot of people, is a surgeon when it comes down to guitar playing, and what that means is he practices very specifically the things he's going to play, and then he performs them the same way when he plays them. He's not just like trying to figure it out on the fly during a church service, but he's actually knows what he's going to play, and he plays it the same every time. We used to play 4 services together on Sundays, and he would always play it the right way, and that really helps the rest of the band to lock into what you're doing. And one of those things is in soloing, and so we wanted to focus on playing electric guitar solos today. So, Brian, have at it, man. Teach us how to play electric guitar solos.
Okay. There's times where we'll play a song and it's got a real familiar solo, or it's got a real interesting solo that's maybe a little bit challenging and something I want to learn, so I'll try to learn it. And rarely do I get 100%, but if I can get in the 85 to 95% accurate, it's fun to play, and it comes across very well. So what I want to do is walk you through my approach to learning guitar solos. Typically I do it by ear. Now with YouTube, a lot of times you can find somebody that's already done some of that work, and it makes it a little bit faster and a little bit easier. But when I'm learning something by ear, what I try to do is break the solo down into logical sections. Typically there's an introduction part of the solo, kind of a lead into the solo section. Then there's some place in the middle where things get a little crazy sometimes, depending on who the guitar player that you're copying is. But and then there's some logical climactic ending to the guitar solo. What I typically try to do is I'll play and try to loop a section. So whether I use a song service like Rhapsody or a CD or something like that, I'll just loop that solo section, and I'll play it over and over and over, and listen to it and listen to it, listen for nuances. And then I'll start trying to play with it and start trying to find at least the right place on the neck. Then I try to lock in and learn that intro. How do I get into the song?
Real quick though, you say you're listening to it. Like, so you listen to it maybe 5 times or 10 times before you ever try to play it, just so you understand it?
I just try to get a feel for the progression of it in my head over and over 5 or 6 times, and then I'll start trying to find on the guitar where that solo is being played.
Yeah, that's important.
I'll find the introduction part of it, and I'll work on it until I get it pretty good. Usually then I'll skip to the ending. Also got a natural climactic flow a lot of times. So if I can frame it with the beginning and the ending of the song, and then the freeform stuff that happens in the middle, if I can sort of get into an area and find basically where that's taking place, I'll just, it's very close to what's being done. Sometimes it's similar, but what you do is you capture the most notable parts of the solo, the introduction and the ending of it, and then you fill in the gaps. That's my approach to doing that. And what we want to do is show an example, and I'll see if I can pull it off. It's a song called Everlasting, and Lincoln Brewster wrote a really cool solo for that. I'll do my best to do it justice. So it starts off actually with, we talked about the concept in our introductory video of octaves. So I'm playing on the A string and the G string, 2 frets apart, so an octave progression at the first of it, and then I go into more of a traditional solo. So we'll start that and see what happens here. So.
1, 2, 3.
Naturally, the intro to that is this little first part that kind of follows the melody of the song, "You Are the Everlasting God." Then it gets into more of a bluesy type section, and then some finger gymnastics playing around the fretboard, and then the climactic rise to the high note where it really bends and brings it home. And then at the end of that, the song just drops back down to a real quiet run through the chorus. So there's a fit, there's a purpose for the solo and what it does for the progression of the song.
Okay, so sometimes you want to copy a solo, right? If it's really cool and all that, but then there's other times that you're like wanting to rearrange a song and make it kind of your own. And so how do you approach writing a solo section?
Similarly to learning somebody else's. So you know, I've had songs where we have a section for a solo, and sometimes the ending comes to me first. And, you know, something that's pretty cool for a way to get back into the chorus or the verse, or sometimes it's the beginning of the song solo. So whatever comes to me, I'll try to work with that, memorize that section, and then just try to fill in the gaps from there. So
I want to just verify something here. What you're saying is you're not just coming up with something, but you're actually trying to craft something that you can repeat.
I'm trying to craft something that I can repeat. I'm trying to craft something that fits within the song. So I'm not just playing scales as fast as I can. I'm not just doing the blues scales I know or don't know. I'm just I'm trying to figure out a composition that works within the song.
Got it.
And then by the time I've done it several times and memorized it and then play it, it becomes part of the song to me. And it's interesting where a lot of times if I don't play that part, or if another guitar player is playing that song and that part's missing, you know, somebody recognizes that it's missing. And so I think when you've done something like that, you've created a solo that actually means something to the song.
All right, so which one do you want to hit?
Let's try All Creatures of Our God and King. We showed the intro riff to that in the previous section. What we do going into the solo is we play that turnaround intro riff, and then get into a solo that starts off really around the melody. Austin wrote a chorus for that song, and what I did with the solo was sort of mimic the first couple of phrases of that chorus section, and then went into something a little more, you know, fluid and melodic, but something completely different from that song. So we'll give it a shot here.
Job, you remembered it.
Yeah, it's been a while. So again, focusing on tying it in with the song. So the intro part of that really echoes the melody that's being sung through that section of the song, and then gives me a chance to do a few other things that show off a little bit. So that gives you an opportunity as a lead guitar player to show off a little bit, do some things that aren't necessarily boring, and but do it within the context of the song.
Cool. Well, keep practicing, keep going through these modules. We'll be back with another one. See ya.
Thanks.